Volgende maand ga ik haar verhuizen en is het natuurlijk wel heel fijn als ze gewoon echt halstermak is. Ik ben uitgenodigd bij LONGINES Tops Arena.
Stable row is also named after some of the most famous horses in the world. We can lift all the grass up and it's still got the sand arena below it.
Ladies and gentlemen, SANNE THIJSSEN.
Goedemorgen allemaal, welkom bij deze nieuwe video. Ik ben bij mijn kleinste, één na kleinste kind. Rakker is natuurlijk mijn kleinste kind. Tizzy. En wij hebben vanmorgen weer lekker geoefend met het aan de hand meelopen aan een halstertje. Want volgende maand ga ik haar verhuizen en is het natuurlijk wel heel fijn als ze gewoon echt halstermak is. Dat ging op zich goed totdat ze bedacht om een poging te doen om op mijn nek te springen. En toen heb ik haar even gezegd dat dat niet helemaal de bedoeling was. Maar verder was ze braaf, deed ze het goed, hebben ze lekker gegeten. En net eventjes een half uurtje, of tenminste een gekke 5 minuten zoomies gehad, om het even zo te zeggen. Dus nou, ben ik daar in ieder geval vast geweest vandaag. Kirsten gaat vandaag naar Balou toe om te rijden. En wij zijn, want het is nu pas 8:55, dus we waren weer vroeg uit de veren. Wij zijn op tijd op, want ik ben uitgenodigd bij LONGINES Tops Arena in Valkenswaard vandaag. En daar ga ik samen met Jurrie en mijn schoonvader naartoe. Dus 2 uur rijden, dus wij moeten op tijd weg. Maar dat is helemaal prima en daar heb ik zin in. Dus wij gaan ons thuis even omkleden en dan de auto in. Helemaal leuk. Wij hebben ons omgekleed en ik zal even laten zien wat ik aan heb, want ik heb echt een half uur voor de spiegel gestaan en gedacht, ga ik het wel doen, ga ik het niet doen. Dit shirtje en deze broek, een paarse. En het is wel iets uit mijn comfortzone. Maar ik vind het wel leuk, dus ik hou hem aan. Ik heb voor de zekerheid een jurkje mee. We zijn echt de hele dag weg, dus Rakker die wordt straks opgehaald door Caitlin. Die mag daar lekker slapen ook, dus die was helemaal gelukkig dat ze mocht oppassen. Dus dat is echt perfect geregeld. En wij gaan vertrekken. Uiteraard beginnen we met het beste. Lekker eten. Jamie is ook aangeschoven. Gezellig. Eet smakelijk.
If you just want to stand in this area out the rain, arena, everything like that. Whilst here, it's all here permanent year round. So everything was designed with the horses in mind first. That was one of Jan's biggest things, that he wanted people to be able to come to this venue knowing that everything for the horses is perfect. So that starts from the footing within the arenas. We have a guy that is employed 365 days of the year purely just to manage the grass arena. That's everything from the stables, the boxes are big, every row has its own wash bays, so all the horses have the 5-star treatment that we see in VIP. or we see for the general public, yeah, and everything like that. So each stable row is also named after some of the most famous horses in the world. So when it stops raining, hopefully, and we walk down this side, you'll see that like Top Gun, which was Jan's Olympic horse, is named on each row. So it's quite a funny thing. When all the grooms arrive here, it's all kind of an argument over who gets the best stables and who's got which stable name row. And yeah, we have two different types of championships that run within our tour. We have the individual championship, which is the Longines Global Champions Tour, and then we have the team championship, which is the Global Champions League. And the Global Champions League came in about 6 years ago, and it's the only team event within our sport where riders can compete with riders from different nationalities. So you're not riding for your country. So each team is made up of 6 riders, and the team owner at the start of the year selects those 6 riders. Some are paid to be on the team, and some are just selected by the team owners and the team managers. And then we have a mid-season transfer period in June or July, just before Monaco, where the teams can trade riders and they can swap, but they can only make 2 changes per team. And one of the best rules that we have within the sport is each team has to have an under 25 rider. And the reason Jan brought this in was so that the next generation have an opportunity to come to these 5-star shows and compete against some of the best horses and the best riders in the world. Without having that rule on the team, it would kind of be stuck with just the best world's top 100, and that next generation would never be able to kind of break into it, to be able to get the ranking points or the prize money, the owners, the sponsors, any side of it. So that has been one of the most successful parts within the team competition. And we also have a 2-star and young horse, yeah, check it, and a 1-star. So the riders can, I think, bring a maximum of 5 or 6 horses, so they can compete all day basically from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, and then they head straight to the entertainment schedule to enjoy themselves. And each team, or kind of like stable, they all stable together, and they normally have kind of matching saddle pads with their sponsors or owners, matching drapes, which you'll see kind of more as we go round. And it's also like the grooms, they request to the stable manager before they arrive which other grooms that they want to be with, and I think he has one of the most difficult jobs, trying to plan the stables and who goes next to who. But it's quite like a big travelling family. We spend every weekend on the road, and it's the same people every weekend, from the stewards to the grooms to the catering staff, like everyone. So we call ourselves the travelling circus.
What's your circus?
The travelling circus. But we're very lucky that we actually don't get to come and spend weekends like this at these types of facilities. One of the other kind of key things for the tour is, if you look behind you, you'll see our travelling vet clinic. So this is something that was created when the tour started, and it was again to make sure that the horses are always the top priority. So within there we have a fully equipped veterinary clinic basically. So if anything happens to horses, anyone needs an x-ray, a scan of any form, we have the vets are the same vets that travel with us to every single event. So they know the horses, they know the riders, they know the grooms, they eat in the same catering as us to build these relationships, and they know if a horse is slightly off or not well or something like that. And we are one of the only events that has that level of veterinary clinic that travels to all of our venues, which is really cool. The wash bays, which each stable row has at the end. So before competition and after competition, most of the horses come in here to get ready or to be washed off and cooled down afterwards. And I did say, more than welcome to take photos and videos, but just don't touch the horses. Like obviously they're not our horses and they're very expensive and everything, so just don't touch the horses. Okay, I'll come around here. Obviously the horses travel around Europe in. Most of them can take 8 horses. However, to our shows they normally only bring 2 to 4. And then you see they've got like the pop out sides, so the grooms stay in here, and then we put on a hotel for all the riders. But the grooms absolutely love this, because it's hard standing, so there's not any muddy fields or anything like that. They've all got hook up down each row, and they're so close to the horses, so if anything does happen, that most of them can hear what's going on during the night, and they can literally run outside to their stables and everything. And yeah, like literally some of the tiniest girls drive these massive 18.5-ton trucks through the streets of Monaco and around Europe after working a full day from 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how they do it, so I have a lot of respect for them, but yeah, fair play. Okay, so yeah, basically all it is it's the 500 stables and the trucks, or kind of like anti-doping rules or anything like that, because there's a lot of creams or things that we use as a normal hand cream that people can test positive for. So the only people allowed in this area are the riders, grooms and owners. So this is what we call the schooling area. The 2 main warm-up arenas for the grass and sand are over here, but we also have another covered area here. We've got the lunge pens over there, and we've also got a gallop track down the outside. So there's so much space for the 500 horses that are here, and they can do everything from hacking, to schooling, to jumping, which keeps the horse's mind kind of fresh and elevated, which is nice. We have completely redone it this year, with a focus on more of the entertainment side of things. We used to be quite sport heavy as such, because there's 2 arenas, a grass and a sand, running back to back from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. But then this year we have put on all of the family entertainment, so there's free face paint for kids, balloons, the carousel, and then from 8 o'clock tonight we start with DJs, live music, crazy pianos, if you've heard of them. Apparently they're quite famous in Holland. And one of the nicest things about this venue is once you're in, for the public, they can literally watch everything. So they've got access to all of the warm-up arenas. You can go around the long side and you can see the gallop on one side, you can see the grass arena. The bridge is one of the most popular places for viewing, because it's quite a unique viewing point. We have a capacity of 2,000 for the grandstands, and we've got a selection of shops focused mainly around the equestrian side of things, but what we want to do more of soon is to have a bit more of the lifestyle shops as well for all people to be able to enjoy. It was first grass and then we switched it to sand. Now we've changed it back to grass, mainly because we felt it's a lot more powerful and there's not many grass arenas left within our sport at the moment. But what's really cool about this is if for some horrible reason we get absolute weeks of rain or whatever, we can lift all the grass up and it's still got the sand arena below it. So overnight we could still make sure that the competition happens, which is really cool. And yeah, this is the spider, which is the most kind of iconic thing. Up here we have the jury boxes, we have our commentators, our TV studio. Yeah, just the best view.
Zoals jullie hebben kunnen zien zijn we aangekomen. We hebben toen strakjes geluncht. We hebben een hele rondleiding gekregen. Dat hebben jullie allemaal gezien. En het is nu eindelijk een zonnetje. We hebben alle winkeltjes even doorgekeken. Er wordt nog een halster gekocht. En nu gaan we lekker de tribune op.
de overwinning in het Franse kamp op het podium in Miami. Dames en heren, de Nederlandse kampioen. Boven zit en op mee. Uw applaus voor Michael van der Buiten.
Dankjewel.
Alsjeblieft. Ah, 3. Jan, what a day. For a start, the golden ticket thing. It's great to always have a golden ticket winner, and we knew today with so many previous holders in the jump off that maybe, you know, it will be the second or third that goes, but not Sanne. She wins, she goes.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I want to thank all this amazing public to being here tonight. We all enjoyed it, a great atmosphere, and thank you very much. With regards to Sanne, I think she really won it out of herself. Not that the other ones were very good, she was just the best today. And where could she do it better as a Dutch girl, winning here in Valkenswaard, which is fantastic.
Philippe, while I have you here. Philippe is the Dutch voice alongside me. He tells me what to actually say. You commentate a lot here. Have you ever known an atmosphere quite like that award ceremony at Valkenswaard?
No, today was just amazing, and everybody was ready to cheer up for Sanne and it was an amazing jump off, amazing setup, and giving everything. We had an amazing victory of Sanne in Madrid, and that was actually the version of Madrid, but in Valkenswaard with this amazing crowd.
So, it's all down to you, ladies and gentlemen. Jan, tell me just sort of about it all. I mean, you've put Valkenswaard on the map. Between, first of all, in 2006 with the Longines Global Champions Tour, subsequently the league, and now Longines Tops International Arena with a calendar that brings top sport here all summer long.
First of all, I'm very proud of Valkenswaard, our village, and I think, you know, being so many years in the horse world, I wanted to do something back for the horse sport, and that's how we created. And of course, with this public, it is a very big satisfaction that we can do like this. And I hope for me, and especially for many years to come, we can enjoy all together this place.
From Max. Max was the winner on our tour last year, went to the Super Grand Prix. You have your ticket, but you've yet to get the win this year, Max. How is that frustrating, or is it again, it's like when you're beaten by the best?
Yes, of course, I would like to win. I tried, but yeah, Sanne was just better today. But anyway, also second place makes me happy today.
But you now, I think, have been in the top 10 4 different times with 4 different horses this season. Is that kind of your strategy? Is that a moment in your career when you go, the strength and depth I have in my stables is incredible?
Okay, we have a lot of young horses, and it's also our job to get horses ready for the big sport. And it's important for me not to rely just on one horse, to go a little bit wider and bring a lot of horses in the sport. And okay, when they once arrive in the Global Champions Tour, that's the aim. Not all of them make that, but that's the top of the sport. And yeah, like up to Chaco made it today makes me very happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sanne THIJSSEN. So Sanne, watching your jump off, you're clearly crazy. Just tell us about that. Tell us about riding Concorde, because it just looks like a roller coaster.
It is a roller coaster. He's so difficult, but that's the reason he is so good. Actually, he's taking over the control so many times. So I have plan A, plan B, plan C, and during the ride I have to focus which plan I'm taking every line. So it's really difficult, but it's who he is.
And is it genius madness when you can't plan? Sometimes it's winning and sometimes it's nowhere.
Exactly, but okay, he's always helping me, so if he's getting in trouble, he normally works it out and he fights for it. So that's unbelievable.
To jump out of the length of stride he was taking, the moments you could see at the jumps, when did you first discover this with him? The first time you rode him, or did this develop in your partnership?
Developing, because every round is different, and on the grass he gets such a big stride, totally different than indoor arenas. And here also the first line were the most at 9. I did twice 8, but if I go for it, and on the end I'm easy waiting actually.
And tell me a little bit, because your 2 Longines Global Champions Tour wins have been on grass, Madrid and here. So is this his absolute favorite, a big grass ring?
Definitely, because 3 weeks ago he won the 4-star in Moerzeke, also grass. It was raining like hell and it was a bit slippery, but somehow he likes it.
Maybe he's not just KW, maybe there's some Irish sport horse in there as well to find the path on the map. It's to ride such a big, long horse indoors.
Of course, it's unbelievable to be qualified again. Especially this is the only global show I'm doing this year. So I had only one chance, but it's also a little bit a double feeling because I can't ride Connie in there. I'm not gonna do that. He's an outdoor horse, so like we said, grass arenas, big stride, and not small indoor arena, big fences out of the corner. I gonna kill him there. I'm not gonna do that.
And Sanne, the support of the audience here tonight, is there something you would like to say in Dutch to these guys and gals out here just to thank them?
Nou ja, we doen nou even Nederlands dus. Jongens, onwijs gaaf dat jullie zo enthousiast waren. Dat geeft een onwijs gevoel, zeker als je door de finish gaat. En het gevoel dat jullie geven, dat jullie achter me staan, dat jullie me motiveren, dat is ongelooflijk. Dus echt hartelijk bedankt.
Some guys having a word to the crowd. It was just incredible to have you here following me and supporting me and to give the best into this jump of so amazing victory with all of you guys here in Valkenswaard.
Hoi allemaal, het is inmiddels de volgende dag. We hebben gisteren een onwijs leuke dag bij Longines Internationaal Tops Arena gehad. Ik zei dus elke keer Longines, want ik dacht dat ik het goed uitsprak. Maar het is, voor hoe ik het gisteren een paar keer hoorde, Longines. Het was echt onwijs erg leuk. We hebben het echt super gehad. Het is alleen soms een beetje lastig met filmen en vooral dan dit soort dingetjes opnemen, omdat er heel veel muziek op de achtergrond is. En als er maar muziek in de video voorkomt, kan mijn video weer offline gehaald worden van YouTube. Dus ik heb heel weinig, zeg maar, zo door de camera heen gepraat. Ik heb wel heel veel gefilmd. Ik heb de hele rondleiding gefilmd, wat echt super leuk was. We hebben gewoon het 160 gekeken, wat Sanne THIJSSEN gewonnen had. Echt kippenvel al over. Echt bizar. Ik heb een fangirl momentje gehad om nog even met haar op de foto te gaan. En daarna hadden we ook nog een persconferentie waar we vooraan zaten en mochten zien hoe hun geïnterviewd werden. Het was echt een hele erg leuke dag. We waren vrij laat thuis, want we hadden nog 2 uur reistijd. We zijn wel meteen na het 160 eigenlijk naar huis toe gegaan. Dus volgens mij waren we om 11:30 of zo thuis. Nou, dat is een ontzettend lange dag voor mij geweest. En dat merk ik gewoon vooral vandaag heel erg, dat ik weer heel laag in energie ben. Dus ik doe zo min mogelijk. Het is vandaag onze laatste vakantiedag. Het is ontzettend mooi weer buiten. Dus wij gaan heerlijk in de tuin zitten en chillen en nagenieten van gisteren. Ik hoop dat jullie het ontzettend leuk vonden om ook een kijkje achter de schermen te nemen. Dus duimpjes omhoog. En dan zie ik jullie heel graag weer in een volgende video. Doei doei!